Well, hello there. My name's Stephen M. And today we're going to be looking at the Ledlenser P5 Core flashlight. This is a mid-range price flashlight, and I think you're going to like it. There is one issue that I have with it, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But one of the first things that you notice about this flashlight is just how nice the size and weight of it is. The shape is really nice and easy in the hands. It fits very well. It's nice and lightweight. It's very portable. It can really fit in any pocket that you have. It's great for camping. It's great for outdoors. It's really good for the car. And so that's one of the first things you're going to notice about it. It just feels really good in the hand. It only weighs 106 grams. It's only 129 millimeters long, about 29 millimeters wide. So it's very lightweight, but for a small package, this puts out a lot of light. And we're going to talk about the modes and the programming you can do with this and everything else. So one of the things you'll notice is where the button is located on this flashlight. Now some flashlights have it located on the back. I don't particularly like that just because it feels more normal to have the light right where your thumb is. So just a little click of your thumb, the light goes on, and you can turn it off or you can switch modes just tapping it with your thumb and not having to go to the back. The other thing I want to show you on this is on the back side of it, there is a magnetic charging port. It's kind of like a MagSafe charger for this little light. And that also helps to keep it waterproof with the IP68 rating. And the charger just simply fits on there and you can charge it up, very easy to charge. The button also gives you good information when you need it. So for example, every time you touch the button, it tells you the charge status of the light. Now, right now it's orange, which means it's between around 50%. If it's red, it's getting down to around 25%. And if it's above 50%, it's going to be green when you tap it. This flashlight has 9 programmable light modes that you can program into the flashlight according to your needs. For example, you can have a flashing in there or a position light mode. Depending on what you need it for and how you want to use it, you can program them all in there or just a few. The low power, mid power, and high power ones are always programmed in as a default mode. User interface on this device is excellent because when you press it once, it's going to go through the different modes that you've programmed in there. But at any time, when you touch the button again, the light's off. That's a really nice feature. Some flashlights you have to hold the button down for 2 seconds to turn it off. I don't like that. I like the one touch on, one touch off. Once you touch the button, you have 3 seconds to go through the modes. Then the next touch turns it off, and that's a really nice thing. This light has 4 output modes as far as light power. It goes from very high at 500, which is kind of a burst for 10 seconds, all the way down to 15 lumens on the low light setting, 350 on the high, 15 on the low, and 130 in the middle. What this does is it allows, the low lumen settings is particularly helpful because it allows this to run over 20 hours without recharging. And what you'll find is in a really dark environment, the low lumens light is what I use the most. You don't need a lot of light when it's really dark. And that gives it, that's just plenty of light. It doesn't ruin your night vision. You can read things inside your tent. The low light setting is amazing. And if you need more light, you got the medium and the high, and then you got the 500 lumens for a short burst if you need to really see something. But I really didn't find myself using it that much. I feel like they did a good job on these light settings. It works really well and more than enough light to do your normal task with a flashlight. If you would hit the subscribe and the like button, we'd really appreciate it. We're going to bring you some great videos coming up in the future that are going to save you money and help you get outdoors and experience the outdoors better with great gear. And so if you'd hit the like and subscribe button, we'd appreciate it. Let's get back to the review. This light has a beam distance, a maximum beam distance of 250 meters. It also has a maximum runtime of 25 hours. Now the runtime depends on what light setting you're using. Obviously, the higher the settings you're using, the lower amount of time you're going to get out of that battery. On the highest setting, it's rated at only 1 hour, but on the low light setting, it's rated for 25 hours of output. In addition to the operational modes of the flashlight, it also has 4 other modes that come in handy for various times, such as it has a way to lock the button. So if you're traveling, you put this in a suitcase or a pack, and you don't want it to be bumped and the light come on and run down, you can lock the button so it doesn't come on. You can also set it so it starts flashing you when it has less than 15% battery remaining. So if you weren't paying attention to the light when you turn it on, it starts giving you a little flash at less than 15% to tell you that the battery's getting low and you need to charge it. The light also has what's called a memory mode. So when you turn, if you set the memory mode on, whatever mode it was on when you turned it off, that's the mode that will come on when you turn it back on. Again, another nice feature to have on a flashlight. Today's video is sponsored by Sierra Bub Sunglasses. This is a small company that my brother and I own, and it helps support our channel, and I'll put a link to the description below. But these are our Odyssey sunglasses, the dark gradient black, and you're gonna love these. And one of the best things you're gonna love about these is these only weigh 23 grams. These are the lightest weight glasses that I own, and I own some high pairs of glasses. And you're gonna love them just for the quality of the lens and the lightweightness. You can wear these all day hiking and you won't even know they're on. So go take a look at sierrabub.com. I'll put links in the description below. If you go online and read the reviews of this device, the modes are nice, it is programmable, and they do give you an instruction sheet. I hope you can see that. I'll put a bigger picture of it. But it took me like an hour to figure out how to program this thing. And I actually downloaded the manual from the website, which had it in a little different format that made it easier to understand. So that was one thing I noticed in the comments, is that people do have, it's a little tough programming. It takes a little getting used to, but once you get it, it's really nice to use. This unit also has a replaceable battery, which is really important. It has a 750 milliamp hour rechargeable battery, and it's replaceable. And that's important on a rechargeable light, because if the battery goes bad and the ones that are not replaceable, your flashlight is done. These, you just take the battery out, you put a new rechargeable battery in, and you're back in business. So if you're gonna get a rechargeable flashlight, make sure you get one with the replaceable battery. Okay, one of the most important things on a flashlight is the light itself. And that's where I've read you some of the stats on this. I've read you some of the modes. It's programmable, it's got a replaceable battery. I like the button, I like the form factor and everything. But the most important thing is, what kind of light does it put out? Now, I've tested this with other flashlights I have, and I can tell you that of the other 7 that I tested it with outdoors, this one has a nice light. It's very crisp, it's very clear. I could see wherever I was putting the spotlight, it was a little bit clearer than the other flashlights. It really stood out in the wilderness, in the woods, in the real dark. It really stood out. The light on this is really nice. And the second thing I want to mention about the light is it does not flicker. Now, I'm making another video on the flickering effect, so please subscribe. But a lot of my other lights that were less, did not cost as much as this one, were clearly flickering. And the problem with the flickering effect is you don't notice it with your own eyes, because your eyes average the light over a little longer period of time. But you can definitely catch it on a camera, and that's where I caught it. But you do notice it, that the light, the ones that are flickering, you may not see the flicker, but you'll notice that it's not as clear and as crisp as these non-flicker lights. So big positive for this light. There is no flicker to this light, even on the lowest setting, no flicker detected. So one of the things that's nice to have on a flashlight is one that can do a spot and an area, and that's what this does. It has the adjustable lens. So when you want to see out far, you can make it a spotlight. When you want to see up close in a campsite, in your car, in the tent, you don't need a spotlight, you need an area light. And this does both, and it does it very well. They did it really nice, and it's simply by pushing in and turning, the top of it moves, the top of this flashlight moves, if you can see that movement. I'll give you a better picture of that. But this is the only issue I've had with it. When I go to change it from a spot to area, there's always like a little bit of hesitation. And sometimes I feel like I have to force it to move it, and I think it should be more fluid and move more easier. That's pretty much the only little thing I could find wrong with this flashlight. The P5 core sells for about $75 to $79 on the Ledlenser website, but don't pay full price. This thing goes on sale all the time. I bought it in the 50s from their website. It's also on sale on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below. It's a really nice light. It's my go-to light right now. I like it a lot. I think you'll like it also. So I hope this video helped you. And please, again, subscribe and hit the like button. And we'll see you on the next video. Take care.